Oh, no, 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 what the fuck? Oh, I thought that was gonna restart my entire save. Alright, so what's up? One of you asked me to explain Hattie Haddington just right quick. I'm gonna do that. Basically, Hattie Haddington, got pretty much a spell put on him when he put on the hat. That was he was one of the main characters in BattleBlock Theater, being like your best friend that you're trying to save. The reason that that it's so important, and I was screaming he's alive, is because a while ago I had an argument, well, not an argument, we had a debate, a discussion, because we weren't arguing with each other, it was a debate on was Hattie Haddington alive, and he brought up that that Hattie Haddington was dead because in the crypt there's a statue of him. So that would obviously mean, oh, he must be dead there, you know? But let's see what else is here, unless it's nothing new, and then I'll keep talking. Alright, so now it's kind of changing the story, so now we're going on the attack. So this is now we're attacking them. Okay, so the reason why the announcer says, oh, it all makes sense now, is because it's finally bridging the gap between what happened in the Behemoth and now what's happening with the thing. Because a lot of the things that were really annoying in that game or in BattleBlock Theater was that it never really explained the ending. The ending was obviously a joyful experience because it's a Behemoth. It's a friggin' Behemoth ending. If you don't have fun with Behemoth endings, then you're playing the wrong games, bud. But the reason so many people didn't get it is because at the end, Hattie shot a beam, which hit a bear, right? And then now we have this bear who is very angry about it and wants to kill you because of it, or at least wants the whole world to burn because it was unfair. So it bridges the gap now because it picks up where the BattleBlock Theater left, is basically what happens. So this game is official. It's not official. It hasn't been stated by the developer, but it's very, very obvious that this game is taking place after the events that happened at the prison or the theater from the last game. So that's what that means. The one thing though I was confused about is, does this mean that the bear in this game is actually the female? Because I was looking at it and it's like, okay, you know, this girl, it didn't look like it was a female, and then you paid attention, you realized, oh hey, shit, that's the female. So that was the one thing that got me. I thought that was the guy bear, but no, it wasn't the guy bear. So yes, just a very angry bear that wants you dead. But the one thing that I don't get, that I still don't get, is why the game exploded the way that it did. And what I mean by that is, in BattleBlock Theater, I don't get why Hattie's hat emitted that beam. I don't get that bit. But I'm guessing it'll be explained, or I mean, yeah, there's at this point there's no real explanation. The devs have kind of just left it at because which they can do, you know. It's their game. But yeah, I wish they elaborated. I'm guessing because it was worn by so many people and their souls were in it. I'm speculating. So I'm not guessing, I'm speculating. It's a glorified word for guess. I'm guessing the reason that happened is because when it finally left the island, all the souls were released, which is why I think it exploded the way that it did. It's all their energy coming out of the hat. So that's my one guess. I just don't know how Hattie uses it as a fucking weapon. That's what I don't get. I don't know how the bear managed to control the power, because if he grabbed it, like... Also, one thing I want to point out is the state of Hattie Haddington. Hattie is officially conscious. So he has full knowledge of what's going on now, and it's shown in the game like that when you're looking at when he gets first picked up from the water, how Hattie looks around. You know, he shows that he's conscious, he's responsive, he has control of his muscles, and that then the bear used him to destroy everything. One thing as well is that they reverted everything, but they have full knowledge. The bear has full knowledge, but for some reason, Horatio is the only one that has the full knowledge on this team. Everybody else is there just because they were like behemoth reason, basically. It's because he can. So yeah, that's probably the only thing that I would say. But other than that, actually, I'm very happy with the first ending. Although I know that this isn't the true end, right? I know it's not, because they wouldn't have left it out again where if it was the true end and you're still alive? Alright, well, fucking okay. If it were the true end, they would have made it so that when you first go back, everybody's like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to find a good word. It would be like, the dialogue would be the same as the campaign before that, right? So it wouldn't pick up with you going to random castles and getting everybody back. It wouldn't have ended like that, because video games don't typically end like that. They really don't. They usually end with the character and end. But it didn't end. It's kind of, now it's repeating itself, but the dialogue is different. So now they know what they did. They know that before they destroy the castle. But now they're like, it's so confusing to try to explain, but I'm trying my best. So basically, the Helmeties at the beginning, they were like, hey, that looks like the girl of the castle we destroyed. And then now, they're like, oh, let's get him, right? So Pip just said, okay, fuck it, go die then. You're gonna think about wrecking her castle? So I'm guessing at this point, she probably thinks that it's a threat. But I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to wait and find out, because we gotta go kill them. So if this is the same, I'll just cut to the end for you, the final, you know, when they're about to storm it, and then them storming it. I'll probably leave that bit in, because this video is gonna go on for fucking ages if I just have the entire thing playing. So let's not do that. That does not sound like a good idea. But you know, I'm very happy with the campaign. You know, I was actually it explained a lot. It kind of closed out BattleBlock Theater, so I think BattleBlock Theater will always have its place in Behemoth, and obviously Behemoth games. At this point, though, I think we're done seeing any more canon things with BattleBlock Theater, because as of right now, the Hattie Haddington was canon. So I'm curious to see Hattie Haddington a second time around. Maybe it might be a different thing. Maybe he'll even talk, because there has been speculation of is the announcer Hattie Haddington in the game BattleBlock Theater, which I was like, yeah, it sounds like it, wouldn't it? But I'm guessing it's one of the cats or it's one of the bears, because the way this game is the way BattleBlock Theater is written is it's not really written like, it's not like there's an announcer on the side. It's kind of like how you're playing and then this ominous voice is highlighting everything you do, which would make sense for the game until you take into account that, well, first and foremost, the fact that we never actually hear the cats talk. The cats can't talk, and the fact that it would be really weird for one cat to be able to talk and one cat not to. Don't get me wrong, though. I do know some games that are kind of like that, but I don't, like, it's Behemoth, right? So Behemoth doesn't do anything for no reason. Everything in the game is there for a reason, right? Like, for instance, the Helmety ship. This is clearly a NASA spaceship, okay? This is clearly a real-life spaceship that the Helmeties have been... You can even see the logo. So that was done for a reason. That's to provide... that's comic relief. That's what that is. But, like, I don't think they'd add one cat being able to talk strictly for the fact that, that you'd want the cat to be able to talk, right? It seems very, very, very unlikely that they would do that. But I mean, I guess we can only really speculate at this point because there's no confirmation or anything yet. There's no Behemoth hasn't confirmed anything. So everything I'm saying is it's a theory. That's what it is. It's a theory. So, you know, hopefully, you know, we can do that. But yes. Actually, to be fair though, I don't know how different it's gonna be. Now that I'm thinking about it, the story will probably, the only thing that'll be different is, you know what, one thing? I wonder if Jerkomedes is gonna remember us. That's one thing that I'm wondering. Because he's clearly gonna have to know. Time to die, soft skulls. Okay, so that's the same. Yeah. To the shuttle. Right. Not again. Follow them. Not again. See, I have a feeling she said not again as in, no, it's fine, we can take these guys. Alright, so this is the same dialogue, because she said no, not again when they originally retreated. However, until you take into account that they didn't kill. They'd never killed Pip's father. He never died. At least, he'd never died right now on screen. Right? So, this is, it's really weird. Hull breach. Get them freeloaders off my shovel. My shovel. Yeah, this is weird. It is, it's very, very weird. I'm also kind of sad we didn't see any wraiths in the story, which I would want, really, really, really wanted. I really wanted to have like a one canon wraith, like even a villain that was like in the story to recruit, because you know I love wraiths. But yeah, that was one thing. But again, it could change. So right now this is all the same dialogue. So I'm not gonna edit it. It'll just be like a normal 40-minute long video, or like 25. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long it is. I don't care. We're gonna upload the entire thing just because I really don't like cut editing when I'm doing like Let's Plays, because it's really weird to edit out certain parts, especially since some part could play such a major impact in the story. It's like if I cut out this part right here, right? If it was just so tedious and I cut out, you know, this guy losing his helmet and becoming a bird, which, spoiler alert, if you didn't watch my first playthrough of this game, he does turn into a bird. I just didn't let it happen. So yeah, it's really weird that that's how they decided to do this. So now there's a round 2. So instead of an insane mode, so for like Castle Crashers, it was called insane mode. BattleBlock Theater, I think it was unfair or insane. It would be one or the other. But instead of that, now they just added another playthrough of the game, which I'm not opposed to by any means. I don't mind it. Actually, I think it's pretty cool because I love this game regardless, and I would likely end up playing this game a lot more than just one time through the playthrough. But yeah, it's really weird. I love how they also changed. They also scribbled out the thing right there, which is also very funny. But it's just stupid. It's stupid humor is what it is. At the end of the day, most of it is. It's Behemoth. That's what they get their shit off. Like, that's why it's so funny, because you can relate to, and it's like, oh hey, that's what that is. Or I remember in Alien Hominid, the buildings did it a lot in the Game Boy version, which is the game I had, because I didn't have a PS2, or I don't have a PS2. I did, but I don't know where it is now. But what they did was there are a bunch of different buildings, right, that have so much like funny remarks, so many funny remarks, sorry, and it's funny. It really is a lot of fun, but you have to pay attention, because if you're just running by, they just look like everyday buildings. But if you take a sec and you look, you know, if you look at what's happening, it's you know, you'll get a good laugh, okay? I'm gonna say that much. I'm not gonna tell you what everything says, because some of it's quite funny. Yeah, so if you guys didn't watch my original playthrough, which was one of my first videos, basically what happened was he got his helmet knocked off and he became a bird. 'Cause apparently under all the helmets are bird people. So that's a funny bit, funny Easter egg for you. I don't know of any other Easter eggs in this game though that are like different, or like those types of Easter eggs. So I know a bunch of Easter eggs, like in like customizations and shit. Well, obvious references to previous games like the Castle Crashers. They said, or they didn't say, but there's an item in the game called the I believe it's called Alien. It's antennas that look remarkably like the alien hominids. Why? We didn't even kill these idiots yet. Alright.
You're quite good at barely scraping by, aren't you, my resilient little worms? Yet I could close my paw and squish you like the very berries Horatio's worthless farm produces. You're depressing me, Pip. Why the long face? Your hands are bloody with the sweet tang of revenge. Problem solved, right? So turn that frown upside down.
Hey, no!
Oh, have we bonded? How precious. Horatio, do you like Hansels?
Eh?
How do you like them, Hansels? Yes. Shh. Here, have some teeny tiny iced creams. I know you love them. Oh, fine, starve. And what a curveball. Horatio? And speaking of Shut up! And speaking of curveballs, I think it's time for you and your ragtag crew of flunkies to return to that worthless rock you call home and rot in uncomfortable despair for the rest of your days! Ah! Sayonara! 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 Sayonara is Japanese for go die. What do you know? Shut up. I'll kill you. Being evil is exhausting. I really should have eaten breakfast today. Well, perhaps you should have thought about that before you slapped it out of my hand. How are you guys breathing up here? I mean, I'm no scientist, but bullseye. And now let's go watch the earth burn.
Okay, so that didn't change up in dialogue either. So the only difference in dialogue so far Alright, so next episode we'll go do that again. Is there any difference between Horatio or Yusuf? No, there is not, except for the fact that he has Uzis now. So there's no difference. There's no real difference in the story. I kind of want to give you a hat. You know what I'm saying? Oh my lord, it doesn't. Yeah, we're gonna give you Hattie Haddington's hat just for Easter egg purposes. But yeah, so they didn't change any dialogue between the first playthrough and the second playthrough. Only the Helmetites, however the fuck you call them, I don't care. Other than the Helmets dialogue when you first meet them, and they say that she looks really familiar. But I think that was the same too, because I think that happened in the first playthrough. I don't know, but the only thing that was different is they collected all this stuff again, and Hansel was with them. Hansel was with them at the end of the game as well. So he says he's missing again, and now he has it. So I am honestly so lost right now. But we're going to complete it for a second time because there's a question mark, and I kind of want to figure out what that question mark means. So yeah, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.